Recognizes the gentlelady from North Carolina.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the opponents of this resolution would have Americans believe that this oversight is unnecessary and political. Nothing is further from the truth. Oversight into entities' use of federal funds and compliance with federal law is a fundamental responsibility of Congress and one exercised by both parties, frequently on a bipartisan basis. It's unfortunate that my colleagues across the aisle are refusing to join with us on this particular issue, but charges that it is a politically driven investigation are false. The investigation to be continued by the select panel at the Energy and Commerce Committee is prompted by allegations that abortion providers that receive federal funds are dismembering children to sell their body parts, possibly while violating federal laws. The most fundamental right our government was formed to protect is life. And when taxpayer dollars are being used by organizations flagrantly violating that right, we are morally compelled to investigate and respond in accordance with our Constitution. The select investigative panel formed by this resolution is consistent with precedent, including two panels formed by my colleagues across the aisle when they were in the majority. It is laser focused on the issues raised by the videos and subsequent investigation into Planned Parenthood of fetal tissue collection, abortion procedures, and the federal laws surrounding those practices. Its existence as a separate body will allow it to complete the full investigation these allegations deserve without shortchanging the important other issues under consideration by the Committee on Energy and Commerce and the full House. It's disappointing that some members do not want the full truth to come out. When federal taxpayers have legitimate concerns that their hard-earned dollars are flowing to organizations that sanction the dismemberment of unborn children and that our system of laws has loopholes allowing these atrocities to continue, we as their elected representatives are responsible for ensuring these concerns are heard and responded to. If we as elected representatives of our great nation can't shed our callousness toward the most vulnerable lives in our society and heed the moral cause of this issue, I have a great fear for our nation's future and the cruelties we may someday allow other lives to be subjected to. Our freedom rests on the cornerstone right we all have to life, and I fear we've lost sight of that. Mr. Speaker, I offer an amendment to the resolution.
Report the amendment.
Amendment offered by Ms. Foxx of North Carolina. Page 1, line 7, strike 5 and insert 6. Page 1, line 5, strike 13 and insert 14. Page 3, line 12, insert consistent with the notification, consultation, and reporting requirements of Rule 16 of the Rules of the Committee on Energy and Commerce after select panel.
The gentlelady from North Carolina is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I urge my colleagues to support this resolution and expose the truth about these outrages through a thorough investigation. We must have the courage to follow the facts wherever they lead in order to strengthen our laws to end these barbaric practices and ensure that unwanted children are no longer discarded into bins of parts for sale by profit-hungry abortion providers. Mr. Speaker, I yield back the balance of my time, and I move the previous question on the amendment and on the resolution.